All right. Hey there, C. Brown. I thought being a video reviewer and all, would just send you a video about all the information you ask. Let's see. Coming to Japan during college is probably the best experience you can get with Japan. The main reason is that in Japan, that there is a fair amount of racism, especially towards foreigners. And so, if you're white or black, you're going to get a little bit of the racial tension thing going on. However, the most racially tolerant and just all around most eager to meet with you people are going to be college students. They're very open minded and love learning about the outside world. So college is a great place to be. Now I looked at the information about your college, and it seems they have a really big educational program, like they train teachers. However, I didn't see anything that really talked about their international students' benefits. What that means is if you go to that school, it could very well be that there's nothing really specifically set aside for international students. Sure, there'll be Japanese language courses, but you might find yourself trying to take classes in Japanese with only a year of Japanese under your belt, and you're just going to be totally lost. I had that happen to a friend, and she actually had very good Japanese, but she ended up taking math courses because it was the only courses she could understand. I, on the other hand, I went to Kansai Gaidai, or Kansai Gaikukugo Daigaku in Osaka, and it is very, very big on international studies and international languages. So, in fact, every student at the school had to take English. It was required. Not that they could speak it worth anything, but they were at least semi-interested in it. The school had its own building dedicated to all of us foreigners, and there were about 500 of us at the school. And in the morning, we would take classes in Japanese, usually Japanese language courses. And then in the afternoons, we would take courses in English about history, philosophy, religion, film, and, that sort of stuff. Again, if they don't have such a well-rounded international program, you might feel that you're kind of abandoned. I had, of course, several friends who had this happen on their study abroad experiences, that they really felt like they were alone and that there was nobody in Japan to help them. A lot of them did just fine with that. They frankly didn't care. But I had another one who accidentally ran out of money and had no support group. And luckily the other students were there to help pitch in. But the program really didn't give a damn. Of course, though, if you have your parents ready with an extra $1,000 hidden away just in case stuff goes to hell, you'll be much more taken care of. Let's see, what else? Make sure you have enough Japanese to be able to do very simple things like order food. Because even the dining halls on campus will require you to know how to order food. So that one's always an important one. Oh yes, homestay. If you can, if there's any chance for you to do this, I definitely recommend that you get in a homestay program and live with a host family. It was one of the best things I did. I've done it both ways. I've done host family and living in the dorm. And just for yourself, for your future, do the host family. It's such a great idea. And I'm still connected with mine. The good thing is host families generally want to talk to you, and you will get more practice than any other time at college. For example, I would learn something in class, and then I would go home and use that same vocabulary to talk with my host family. The only thing you have to watch out for is actually using your using that ability. I know many students who would just come home and lock themselves in their room, and they wouldn't even bother to talk with their host families. Of course, they didn't get better. You have to constantly use your host family to improve your own language ability. So, and that's a big thing. A lot of people come to Japan and then they just hang out with the foreigners. I guess they're just embarrassed to try to talk to Japanese people. But let me tell you, every college student in Japan at your college will want to talk with you. They're just too embarrassed to come up and talk with you, too shy. If you do it first, I guarantee you will make friends just so fast. And even if you can't understand each other, play catch, play some basketball, do something with them, and they will be just great to you. Invite you to parties, go out to karaoke, all that good stuff. You just have to be the one to make the first step, and know that that's one big thing about Japan is you will always, always have to make the first step. So just be prepared to do that. Other than that, I can't really think of anything else. You probably wondered what I said earlier about like there being some racism. People won't sit next to you on trains. You'll get dirty looks if you're walking around with a Japanese girl. Stuff like that. I mean, I could name 100 things, but I have to say you won't really notice. One last thing. I strongly encourage you to stay at least 1 year in Japan. The 6-month thing is okay if you can't do anything else. But if you only stay for 6 months, you're going to get a really sugary version of Japan. Once you're here for a year, you're settled in. It's normal life, and you can really experience what it's like to be in Japan. Your first 6 months are pretty much a honeymoon period. Nothing will seem wrong. Everything will seem fine. And you're kind of shortchanging yourself. So I guess my last word of advice is, I'm sure your college has more than one exchange program set up with Japanese colleges. My college had 5. They only told you about 2, but they had an extra 3 hidden off somewhere. Luckily, I got to go to what was the best one. So look into homestay programs, look into other possible schools, do some research to see if the schools that are offered have a good international student program, and go for it. I mean, honestly, go for it. That's all I can really say. So, good luck on choosing it or whatever, and I wish you the best of luck, and if you have any more questions, you just tell me, and I'll put up another video here for you to see. Anyway, man, see you later.